Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for This Is Our God by Phil Wickham. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel or give this video a like and comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. Alright, grab your acoustic guitar and you don't need a capo today, and let's get started. Alright, like I said, you don't need a capo and the chords are pretty easy because they are in the key of C. So here they are: C, G, A minor, F, G over B, and C over E. Now you might have noticed G and G over B are pretty much the same chord shape as well as C and C over E. So let's start with that. For C, put your index finger on the B string, 1st fret, middle finger, D string, 2nd fret, ring finger, A string, 3rd fret. And for the regular C, you're going to strum the A string down. To play C over E, you just add that low E when you strum. For G and G over B, put your middle finger on the low E 3rd fret, index finger, A string, 2nd fret, and ring finger and pinky are to go on the high E and B strings of the 3rd fret. This is G. And for G over B, don't really emphasize that low E string, emphasize the A string down. There you go, G over B. For the F chord, put your index finger on the B string 1st fret, ring finger and pinky go on the A and D strings of the 3rd fret. I call this F2 because it's kind of a cheater way to play the F chord without barring anything. You have to avoid the low E and the high E though. Now for my more advanced players, you can bar the entire 1st fret. Middle finger is going to go on the G string, 2nd fret, ring finger, and pinky are going to cover the A and D strings of the 3rd fret. Now this is the barred chord version of F. It has more low end for that. For the A minor chord, put your index finger on the B string 1st fret, middle finger, and ring finger are in the 2nd fret covering the D and G strings respectively. You can't strum the low E for this one as well. Alright, so that about does it for chords. Now I'm going to go over strumming patterns after we play through the song, but we're going to start with that intro at least so that you can jump in. You're going to form that C chord shape and you're going to emphasize the lower strings when you're strumming. You might have noticed my pick is really hanging around that A string. You could also use that barred chord version of F, but just push it all the way to the 8th fret, and your ring finger and pinky are going to end up on the 10th, but you could also do it there if you're more comfortable. So really you're doing a 16th note pattern for the intro and the verse, but when you get to the chorus, you get to strum full. Alright, like I said, I'll go over strumming patterns after we play through the song, but don't worry, I'll put the chords on screen for you and I'll say them as we go along. Here we go. C. A minor. They were like prisons that we couldn't escape, but he came, G, and he died, and he rose. F. Those walls are rebel now. C. Remember those giants we called death and grave. A minor. They were like mountains that stood in our way, but he came, G, and he died, and he rose. F. Those giants are dead now. C. C over E, F. C. G. C over E, F. C. G. C over E, F. C. G. A minor, G, F, G, C. A minor. G, F, C. A minor, G, F, C, C over E, F, C, G, C over E, F, C, G, C over E, F, C, G, A minor, G, F, G, C, C over E, F, G over B, 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 A minor, G, F, C, G, C over B, F, C, G, C over E, F, C, G, A minor, G, F, G, C, C over E, F, C, G, A minor, G, F, G, C, A minor, F, C. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that tutorial. Let's start again with that beginning part, and I showed you that you could do this with that C chord shape, but it's hard to keep that pick steady, especially on just one string. So I kind of changed it up a bit, especially in verse 2. You might have seen me add a few more lower strings like that D string, which may or may not be accurate when it comes to the actual recording, but it adds a little bit of freedom, especially if you're a beginner, and it still sounds okay, it still sounds passable. Remember that alternative is sliding up that bar chord shape to the 8th fret and just sticking with that. The last tip in regards to that, I would make sure your pick is going up and down and not just doing, because then it sounds a little like Under Oath and we don't want to go there. But I digress. Let's start with the main strumming pattern. Once you get to that chorus, it's really just the acoustic and vocals with a little bit of pad in the background. So here's C over E. So kind of a standard offbeat strumming pattern here and there, but you're emphasizing the one. But keep in mind, the C over E is a pickup into the measure that the F chord starts on. So you're starting on beat 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you may have noticed I missed a C over E in the middle of that, but that's okay, as long as you understand that C over E is the anacrusis, or the pickup into the chorus. So just make sure that we understand that and you'll be all right. For the main part of the song, you can actually keep that same strumming pattern. Get a little quiet in the bridge and then you build up again. So you can stick with that same pattern. Down, down, up, down, down. you could do something similar to that or add a little bit more flair, but try to keep as close to the recording as possible so you can be respectful of what Phil Wickham is doing. He really is a good acoustic guitar player, so I'm just saying, gotta respect. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. And a shameless plug, I was able to start some more monetization options for my channel. So if you really enjoy this tutorial, go down below the video and right next to the download button, by the like button as well, it's to the far right, there are 3 dots. Click on that. There's a menu that says thanks, and I would really appreciate it if you could donate to the channel. That way I can continue to help you and make videos just like this. All right, thanks guys. Have a great week. God bless.